to have some highly priced tag also, which should be brought to the side. Whatever it takes, science is very important. Science is the base for economics. Now this is the 21st century. In 21st century, it's going to be just dominated by science and nothing else. Because science promotes technology in medicine, and the technology and medicine subsequently may produce economics. And without economics, we cannot survive. So everything is tied up to basic science. Let's all join together to promote them. Whatever little things that we can contribute, that will be great welcome. I am not here to give any address. Thank you very much for having invited me to sit in this place. That was not the original intention. Okay, it's nice of you to have come here, and we'll all join together to listen to some of the best talks for which I'm waiting. Thank you.
Thank you. PTM, as you fondly refer to him from IIT Madras. My association with him is threefold. One as a student of IIT Madras, he was a professor of chemistry at that point of time. A colleague of my father's who was then working in chemical engineering department, and his wife and my mother were good thick paths in the various activities. Professor association over the past 30 years or so. Mr. George is a staff of the IG card, Patron, and he steers what is called a Breakthrough Science Society of the Tamil Nadu chapter. I think the parent organization is based in Kolkata. So I had an occasion to invite him over when he spoke to us on the transit of Venus a couple of years ago, and that's when our friendship began with the BSST. So I now invite Mr. George to say a few words.
Distinguished guests, dear friends. So it was like a transit that I happened to interact with Dr. Sridharan. We were, the True Science Society was trying to, making preparations for making awareness programs on the public during the 2012 transit of Venus. So accidentally in other times, I saw an ad saying that there's Science Club meeting on Saturday. So I came and then met Dr. Sridharan, and I also told him about our program. Immediately he said that he should come and give a talk. So that's how he immediately invited us, and the next Saturday I had given a talk on this transit of Venus, and Dr. Sridharan also had helped us in mobilizing people, making it make the awareness program in a bigger way. Afterwards, of course, I could not associate with him and support him more, but I feel that this way of an informal interaction of taking science to the public and presenting scientific topics before public, and in an informal way of discussing science, that's really a very novel thing, and it requires much more encouragement. Surely I feel that all of us should support Dr. Sridharan, and I feel that I will also in future try to put in more efforts to support him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Dr. C.R. Srimanand is the 96th man that whom I have associated since 2006, if I recall right. As I said, he's spoken to us on average every 6 months on different issues, primarily dealing with brain and also any other aspect, including music as well as mathematics in everyday life. Dr. C.R. has to say a few words before he talks to us on the brain of a genius down the line. So would you like to speak now? Over. Sir.
All those who are present here, good morning. I am coming from one of the parades from the OT. It is a rare occasion. This hall reminds me of Naidu, my friend, and his wife, who was my colleague. It's a great honor for me to be here on this day when, again, I am attached very much to this science club because I like to learn at this age. Learning is more important than teaching. I gather information from internet and other places, so I thank Sridharan and his band of officers who in the night come to me for asking for any of the subjects that I could tell them or I could hear from them. So thank you very much, Mr. Sridharan. I wish you come to my age so that there will be more scientific thoughts of the second generation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the blessings. Yeah. The other end of the spectrum, we have Master Vishal. I invite Vidya, mother of Vishal, just for a minute or two.
A very good morning to all present of the dais and the eminent dignitaries on the dais. It's a wonderful opportunity that we are back in Science Club, and this again the 150th meet. It's remarkable that we have been able to attend at least 4 sessions of Science Club for the past 1.5 years. Every experience that we take from this club and the kind of interaction that we have with the experts who have been participating and presenting in the Science Club is definitely one of its kind, and I thank Dr. Sridharan and all the people present here for giving us the opportunity to present today, and thank you so much for this opportunity once again. Thank you.
Thanks, Vidya. In fact, she has been instrumental in the article that appeared in the Times of India yesterday morning. Dr. P.T. Perumal, I invite him for just a minute or two again to say a few words of his feelings about Genesis and the travel of the club.
Good morning to all of you. So the Science Club, when I joined here in CLRI, at the time Dr. Tyagarajan asked me to arrange some science lectures. He told me to call all the area leaders to make a presentation every month. So I requested all the people, all the area leaders of CLRI to make a presentation. For about 2 years I was here as a science, CLRI Science Club meeting. Then after that somebody took over the charge. Then I was doing my research. Then after that Dr. Ramamurthi was the director. Then he asked me to be, one day he called me, you are the first initial secretary for Science Club. And he said, no, first week arranged the Bhaskar in our CLRI. Then after that he told me that it will be consist of 3 institutions. One is IIT Madras, and other is Math Science and CLRI. So at the time, Dr. Sundarajan also joined with me to arrange some science club lectures at IIT Madras. Then the Math Science also, Dr. Balasubramanian was very eager to arrange. He used to provide everything for us. And Sundarajan, as long as Sundarajan was there, he will arrange food and other coffee, tea. And always it will be more than 100 people will be attending the all science club meeting at IIT Chennai. CLRI only around 40 to 50 people will be attending every time. Then one day I told Dr. Ramsamy, our audience are going slowly reducing what we have to do. Then he said, no, if you couldn't find any audience also, whatever you feel, you talk and I will listen. Whatever I feel, I will talk, you can listen, either he told me. So don't leave the science club, either he told me. So at the time one day I met Dr. Sridharan, I told him that you could be a successor for me when I am doing other research work activities. And he is also doing, but he can, in Saturday, Sunday also he can work for the science club. Mostly, he used to work in the late night only, after 4 to even the night up to 2 o'clock also he will work. And he arranged, seminars, everything, he will send the circular at the night time only. So definitely, he has done a lot of contribution to the science club. And really, I am very happy about Dr. Sridharan, for his way of arranging the lectures and everything. And we will call all mixed audience, speakers as well as audience. But when I was there, I used to arrange only biology and chemistry only. Now he extended to all engineering subject, all the topics, he is arranging. And definitely the science club is going well. I wish him great success in science club. Thank you very much.
So thank you for branding me as a midnight operator. Thank you, BP. Thanks, BTB. I think we sort of finished with that. And so to end the felicitation part, just a word from Dr. Rengasamy to the mail. He felt unhappy with the fact that he was not able to join us today. He had another assignment at Hyderabad to take care of, so he was not able to join us today. But he sent his best wishes for this event and for the future as well. So now we have just a couple of things before we move on to the next part. I just want to introduce Mr. Balakrishnan to the forum because he just recently retired from CLRI, and well, unfortunately we had a certificate design for him, but it could not be ready in time with logistic reasons. We'll definitely hand it over to him down the line on another occasion or to his house. And he's been a very strong support to the activities of the club in terms of distribution as well as handling on the paperwork and things of that sort. Despite the fact that he was inability to speak, I think probably one of the hardest and toughest workers that I've ever seen, and very responsible in his duties. I think this is thought on this occasion of 150. I mean, he's been doing that, at least for me, for the past 10 years plus now. So I thought this is the occasion in which I'd introduce him to the audience and I think Mr. Balakrishnan for coming. He's been a very great source of strength to us throughout. And of course, Ekambram was still in service. I think he has also been a support to us in the conduct of the Science Club meeting after meeting. So with that, I think we close the felicitations on us. We move on to the chief guest of the occasion, Dr. V. Shanta, who is going to talk to us about cancer biology. So before Meenakshi introduces her, we now request our director, Dr. Mandal, to hand over memento to Dr. Shanta. It's a small gift from the side of CLRI Chennai Science Club. And of course, the other associations also were with us today.
So just to, we all know about Cancer Institute and Dr. V. Shanta and her contributions. Just, I have made a very brief introduction about her. It all started in 1954 when Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy started Adyar Cancer Institute, and Dr. Shanta was one of the major part of the Adyar Cancer Institute, and she developed the institute to such a very good level that it's one of the premier institutes for cancer treatments in India. Once in India, cancer was considered to be uncurable disease, and it was not even included in the first 5-year plan. And now, because of the efforts of Dr. Shanta, Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy and Dr. Krishnamurthy, we know that cancer is curable and it is one of the major components of National Health Plan. And all the anti-cancer drugs, which were very costly once, they are all made tax-free. Only because of these three doctors. And all the cancer patients in India can travel by train free of cost, train or bus free of cost to the Cancer Institute for the treatment because of the efforts of these doctors. To tell about the awards and honors of Dr. Shanta, it's a very big list. I cannot list out everything now. She was one of the members of the WHO Advisory Committee on Cancer till March 2005. She was the convener of State Advisory Board on Cancer. She has been the chairman of Indo-US Collaborative Group on Lymphoid Neoplasias. She has been the president of Indian Society of Oncology. She was a recipient of National Award Padma Shri in 1986 and also the prestigious Raman Magsaysay Award for Public Service in 2005, which is considered to be the Asian Nobel Prize.
and she received Padma Bhushan in 2006. She has published so many papers, more than 100 papers in national and international journals. Dr. Shanta to give a talk on cancer.
Thanks, Meenakshi. Probably it's equally appropriate on this occasion to mention that we just a week beyond the International Women's Day, which was on the 8th of March, and we have the pleasure of a great lady of this Indian citizen, Dr. Shanta, with us today, so on this occasion as well. And also the 28th of February was the National Science Day, so I think putting two into one, so we have Dr. Shanta to talk to us about cancer biology and obstetrics.
Dignitaries assembled here, all the students. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Now, at the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Sridharan and all the organizers of this meeting for giving me this opportunity to address this large elite gathering, mixed gathering of dignitaries and students. He came and asked me that I should talk on the status of cancer research in India. I said certainly I was not the real competent person to do it, but I can do a brief introduction to the obstacles in the management of cancer as a result of the biology of the cancer. Biology of cancer and its obstacles to management, oncologic management. Well, I think Dr. Sridharan didn't seem very impressed, but I said, a clinic and the lab are not two separate entities. I think that is what we have heard a great deal from Dr. Tyagarajan also. They are complementary and supplementary to each other. One does not exist without the other. If the clinic does not exist, and this is in medicine, research in medicine, and especially cancer medicine. So unless there is a close interaction between the clinic and the laboratory, I think progress will not be there. Without the lab, the clinic will be stagnant, and without the clinic, the research laboratories may not have adequate material to start work, which will be of use to the patient that is going to benefit out of the research. So I have a very, very interesting story to tell you, because I heard Dr. Tyagarajan and all the others talking of how we are not integrating with each other and lot of laboratories, and how there is no individual inquiry and thinking process in the country, and why we are lacking behind, especially in research in medical care. In 1955, the institute started in 1955, when there were no facilities for cancer treatment. At the time, the minister said, why do you want a cancer hospital? People only die of cancer. And it was his indomitable spirit of Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy, followed by the visionary, her son, Dr. Krishnamurthi, that the founding of the Cancer Institute came in, and I've had the very unique honor and privilege to have been with the institution for the last 60 years. At that time, soon after the institution was started, we wanted to also have the research laboratory started. That was in 1959. But we made an application to the government of India. It was referred to the person who, I think the advisor to the government of India. I will not mention any names here. The advisor to the government of India on cancer research said, why, I don't think we need research in Madras, everything can be confined to one area in Bombay. That was the idea that they had of research. So anyway, Dr. Krishnamurthi's vision, he said, the treatment of today is that
research of yesterday and the research of today is the treatment of tomorrow, and that has been the ethos with which we have been working. Subsequent to that, therefore, I said I just briefly talked on some of the problems that we have, and majority of people, generally people in general, whatever the level of education, medical professionals, non-medical professionals, scientists, students, the public, the diagnosis of cancer evokes a single emotion, fear, going on even to panic sometimes. This is essentially because people do not have a total understanding of what cancer is, and they do not know that cancer is not a single disease. We at the Institute have made it possible to move on from cancer. It is not just cancer a disease, but move on to what we call oncology. I think all this happened over the last 60 years, the science and study of tumors. So we have gone from cancer to oncology, and much of it has been, much of the activities, much of the proliferation in scientific knowledge, advances in sophisticated technology have all, majority have not been contributions from India, but it has been possible for us to use it towards the need of our patients. But I think we should do more. And I just mentioned a few of the obstacles that we have in the management and how scientific research has helped us. The next slide. What is cancer? I think many people, no, the earlier one, don't change the slide. Can you go back? Yes. It is a generic name for a biologic phenomenon. It is not a single disease, but a wide spectrum of conditions. They are biologically different. The causation and carcinogenesis are extremely different. Each cancer has a different carcinogenic pathways. The only common feature is uncontrolled proliferation leading to death if not successfully treated. Unfortunately, it is a cancer is a traitor within. That is the first challenge that we have. The next one, next slide. I just refer to the basic facts relevant to therapeutic management. What happens because of this? Most cancers are clonal. That is, they arise from a single cell. Cell proliferation is initially exponential, but as the mass increases, exponential growth is matched by exponential retardation.